we need to talk about the comfort zone. So to be completely sure, I actually did a YouTube search, typed in comfort zone, and this is what came up. And this is what I suspected. It's only videos about leaving the comfort zone, getting outside your comfort zone, how your comfort zone is killing your life, and just all what's bad about your comfort zone and that it's the worst thing ever. But I'm here to tell you that your comfort zone is not your enemy. And that is not just based on my personal experience or opinion, but I think it's pretty much backed up by research as well. So what I want to talk about to you today is how I think the concept of a comfort zone can be used in your advantage to live a better life, and not just if you want to have a life that's like stress-free or that's sometimes actually a little bit more comfortable, but I think it's also going to be a good idea if you want to have a life full of adventure and testing yourself and seeing what's possible for you. Even then, your comfort zone is your friend and not your enemy. So what do I mean by that? Where should we start? It's true that the word comfort zone is mostly used in two kinds of phrases, and one of them is that you're in your comfort zone, which is bad, and you're just in your comfort zone, you're wasting your life, things like that. And then the other thing is like finally leaving your comfort zone, pushing your comfort zone, jumping outside your comfort zone, and that is good. That is where life starts. But let's talk about being inside your comfort zone. What is a comfort zone actually? So the comfort zone is the space, which doesn't really mean a physical space, even though physical spaces, of course, can be part of the comfort zone. But it's more so maybe also a state of mind where you are not under constant stress and pressure, where you feel no like anxiety, where you feel like you can rest and be comfortable. It's also where you don't feel super vulnerable, where you feel like you have everything you need, you feel loved, you feel protected, you feel safe. And for me, this definition already doesn't sound too bad. And therefore I'm asking myself, like, why are we even so focused on leaving our comfort zone and always pushing it and thinking that our comfort zone is actually against us and making our lives miserable? So the only thing I can actually think of is that capitalism and our society tells us that we always need to do more, always need to get better, always need to kind of make ourselves even more productive and successful. And yes, we evolve in our lives, and yes, we want to learn new things, and I think it's a wonderful thing to learn and to explore and to change our opinions and learn more about our surroundings, yes. But if that happens under pressure, and if we think that that is like the only thing we need to do over living a life that we can also enjoy, then I think it actually becomes a bit toxic. But all these things I just said are also a little bit reality. I mean, we see it around us, and I think it's something that happens to us in our jobs and in our friend groups and in our families sometimes, because we're asked to perform better, to learn more, to be more successful. And so I think this part of life is actually already happening. Like, we are pushed outside of our comfort zone constantly by other people. And I think that is a reason why I would say, please give me my comfort zone and let me be happy in my comfort zone when I can, like when I have the time and the free time, and when I'm kind of in control of my life. But it's definitely true that sometimes we're doing things and we think like, yes, this is like peak comfort zone. I'm being in my comfort zone. And then we're doing things that do not even make us comfortable. And I think that is where we maybe need to readjust a bit. So when we're spending 10 hours a day on our phones, scrolling and not doing anything else, and that is like the path of least resistance. Yes, we're doing that because we don't have the energy to do anything else, but we're still not feeling comfortable. Then I think maybe it's a good idea to find habits and things to do that actually make us comfortable and that don't ask that much energy from us, like that are still doable. I'm not saying like push your comfort zone, destroy your comfort zone, kill your comfort zone, things like that. I'm just saying find ways to actually be comfortable. And then I think we can already spend some really, really good time. We can sleep as much as we need. We can read good books, see good movies, eat delicious food, do things that feel comfortable, maybe move our body, maybe have good conversations with friends. And I think that's actually a good way to spend your time. But does that mean that we stop there, right? We're in our comfort zone and we're never going to leave it again because it's comfortable? No, I don't think that has to be the goal. Like, while I think, as I said before, that usually our life challenges us if we want or not, and therefore I think it's absolutely okay if you claim as much of your comfort zone as you want. But then I also get that sometimes while we're pressured from the outside and while we have a good time in our comfort zone, we maybe also kind of want to, I don't know, widen our comfort zone or take control of the borders of our comfort zone. So what I mean by that is that also depending on what happened to us during our lives, on how we work neurologically, like when we're afraid, when we're stressed, what we think is exhausting and uncomfortable, maybe our comfort zone is pretty small. And maybe we think that things that lay outside of our comfort zone could actually be pretty fun if we could just get a bit more comfortable doing these things. And so I do want to say that if we have the resources, but I think we only have the resources if we actually spend time in our comfort zone, recharge, rest, and be comfortable and not be constantly stressed and pressured, then I think it's a good idea to explore possibilities to widen our comfort zone or even like completely jump out over the borders and be outside of our comfort zone. But I think there's a crucial difference between very intentional negotiation of the borders of your comfort zone and just punishing yourself out of your comfort zone because everyone needs to do that, because your life lies beneath the borders of your comfort zone, because you need to destroy your comfort zone, because it is destroying your life, it is your enemy, right? For myself, I think I'd like to have a big comfort zone. I'd like a lot of options inside of my comfort zone. And I also see that comfort zones can never be like endless. And that would maybe also take away some of the fun and function of comfort zones. So we can never be comfortable with everything. We always are gonna have like boundaries and things we're uncomfortable with. And I think sometimes it can be interesting to be uncomfortable on your own terms. But that is what I'm talking about. I think it's a good idea to find projects and things that interest you, things that you think you could gain a lot of, that are outside your comfort zone. And then on your own terms, which gives you as much control as possible and as much comfort as possible, you can test and see if there might be another island of comfort, if there might be a great experience, maybe even uncomfortable, but because you know your comfort zone, because you have lived in your comfort zone, because you're in a relationship with your comfort zone, it's not your enemy, you know you can go out, do these adventures, explore things, and have your home, your safe space that you can come back to. And I want to say that that is what I prefer so much over destroying my comfort zone and then I don't know, what should I do? Live in discomfort my whole life because that's the only way of living? No, I prefer to have a home, a safe space, a space where I can rest and recharge, and then of course I can go out and see new things, but I can test and I know that I have my comfort zone that has my back and that helps me and that makes me a stronger person. So that's it. Let me know what you think. It's something I've talked a lot about on my Patreon podcast. So if you want to hear more about comfort zones and how I think they can be good and why I chose to spend more time in my comfort zone during the past few years, that's actually one of the first episodes, I think. You can go check out my Patreon where there's one weekly podcast episode just for my patrons, no one else. You can get access to that. And now thank you for watching this video. I want to link you a video here that you can check out as well. I hope this could be inspiring, as I hope this one was. And then I want to just say thank you so much to everyone who has watched until now, because that really helps out my channel. And I'm talking about different topics here, so the YouTube algorithm is not liking that very much, but I decide what I do. And you, if you comment and tell me what kind of videos you want to see. So thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you there or in my next video. Goodbye.